beautiful. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It takes a village.
The village did their work.
Yes.
Happy New York City spring.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've lived here for a while, right?
A long, like 35 years, long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I think of you as a LA guy. You're New York, and
Well,
you
know
have
what?
been?
I did live there for a chunk in the middle, but I came here in '83 to go to college, and I've always had a place here. So.
Oh, so it's in your heart.
Yeah.
I hear you got a great moment that is super New York on camera.
Well, this was in the winter, which I normally like, but I had to do an appearance, and I had forgotten the outfit that I was supposed to wear. So the car was there, and I ran upstairs, and I got my outfit and my shoes, and I came back downstairs, and there were two pedicab drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I live in the West Village. I'm like, go back to Times Square.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing on my block? And their passengers started, like, asking questions, and they kind of recognized me, but they didn't know who I was. And my makeup artist, Edward Cruz, happened to video this.
There you are. You seem perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You hit him with the
like-
bird.
I was like, I'm such a grouch. Look at my face. I'm so grouchy. But yeah, I just got mad because I don't know. I had things to do.
Nothing makes me madder than, like, if I look at you, I'm saying Maura Tierney, for sure, 100%. When
Thank
people
you.
look at me, they go, the lady.
No, I have the same thing. Did we go to high school together?
Yes.
Or did we sleep together in college? I don't know. People just, they can't quite place it sometimes.
I would pay $1 million for someone to walk up to me and go, hey, did we sleep together? I would love that so much.
To be honest, that happened to my friend.
Oh
It's a good story.
gosh.
So I tell it. Yes, it's
Ooh.
a true story.
I'm gonna take that story and I'm gonna tell people that happened.
All yours.
Is it cool to be a part of a New York institution like Law and Order?
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I didn't realize a lot of people watch the show. I mean, I guess it's very ignorant of me. I've been on. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I've been on it for a year and a half, and someone just told me the ratings, and I was like, wow, that's very cool that I think it's like 8 million people still watch this show.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be part of something that's been around for such a long time and people still like it.
It's consistent and it really, like, it serves a purpose to every person. For me, when I'm getting my hair done, that's Law and Order.
There you go.
You know, if I feel a little sick and I want to stay home from work, that's Law and Order.
Right.
Like, it really serves a purpose.
Laundry.
Laundry.
Folding your laundry.
Laundry and order.
Laundry and order.
That's right.
That's good.
that put it in the commercials.
Yep.
What sets this role apart from the others that you've played?
I've never played a cop before, which is fun, because I flash my badge around. And also, you know, it's not a serialized show. It's a procedural. So every episode has a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
And so there's no real soap opera element to it.
No.
Because the shows I've done, like The Affair and ER, we go home with the characters. So it's nice. I don't have to cry much. I don't emote. My character's very tough. She's not charming. I don't need to be charming at all.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that we don't really know what's going on in these people's personal lives.
Yeah. Congratulations are in order because you're being honored with an Oscar Wilde Award.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's really neat. Yeah. Well, how does that feel?
It feels great because the organization is like the American Ireland Alliance for Artistic Sharing and Conversations, and I did a play in Ireland, and I lived there for 4 months, and I just think it's exciting that the creativity they're just all about getting conversations started between America and Ireland and England. So I'm really happy to be part of it. It's a nice event. I went a couple of years ago. I think Molly Shannon gave an amazing speech just about being Irish. I'm excited.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
You deserve it because everyone loves you. Now, Maura.
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson talks music a lot, and I hear you love reading liner notes in albums.
When I was a kid, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I was younger.
Oh.
But you didn't. I'm sure that you missed that too. Like it was like I would pour. I'm talking about the late '70s, early '80s. like wait for the album and go get it and then read all the liner notes, and there was all stories about the album in there, and all the lyrics were there, and who played on all the. It was like part of the experience of the record, which doesn't happen anymore, unfortunately, and the art on the cover and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and you'd be like, Joe thanked Anna.
Yes.
Who's Anna?
Exactly.
Are they dating? Because we didn't have gossip magazines.
We
and
didn't
stuff.
have social media.
That's right.
We didn't, so you had to figure it out.
Yeah. And that, it was a lot of assuming.
Yeah, exactly.
But you would.
But that's fun.
You say that. I do remember going through and being like, now.
Ooh, what does that mean? And is that her boyfriend who's also the bass player?
Yeah.
You
Who is in love? You have done some acting on Broadway. Is that true?
Yeah, one time.
Ooh la lula. What show did you do?
I did a play called Lucky Guy with Tom Hanks.
Oh, neat.
So yes.
All of us made the same noise. Woo!
Yeah, well, I suggest if you're on Broadway, be it on Broadway with Tom Hanks, because everyone will come to the show. You'll get a standing ovation every night. I mean, everyone came, and George Wolfe directed it.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Broadway's very special. It was an amazing thing. And again, to do it with Tom, like Bruce Springsteen came, and Oprah came, and I don't know, the Secretary of State came. Everybody came.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it was
That's
cool.
very cool.
Yeah.
Besides acting, you're also active with the Campfire Project.
Yeah.
Explain what that is.
It's an organization that was founded by my very close friend and a very talented actress, Jessica Hecht, who's on Broadway all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's on everything. And it's a arts-based wellness. It's an organization, and what we do is arts-based wellness programming for the refugee community and displaced populations. So we have been to the Syrian refugee camps in Greece, working primarily with the Syrian community. We've worked with Ukrainian refugees in Moldova. We've been to Uganda. They're mostly from South Sudan. So we do storytelling and music and movement, and we always provide a meal. We have psychosocial support for people, because it's all about sort of helping people who have been traumatized or in trauma, and it's a way to sort of work it out without saying, please tell us about your trauma.
Yeah.
So you can creatively express your story or your circumstances in a way that's, uplifting.
So it's like, is it kind of like a acting workshop?
It is, but it's led by the community. So whatever community we go to, we see what the needs are there. So it's not like you have to do A, B, and C. We get that, we have a programming, we have what we intend to do, which is what all those things I said.
Yeah.
And then if they need something else, we'll try to provide it. If they want dance classes, we'll try to provide it. Yes, exactly.
Can you dance?
Well, yeah.
Really?
But I don't do it in front of people.
But you can, like, if you had to,
everybody
prepare
can
an
dance.
8 count for a 16 count for an audition, could you do it?
Like, what does that mean?
That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But I look a little like I'm something's wrong with me when I do it.
I do think that you could dance. You do strike me as a person who could dance.
I do. I can dance, yeah, but I get self-conscious. I'm very shy.
Okay, you heard it here first. Maura Tierney will be dancing on the very next No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I heard about one trust-building exercise you did with the group.
Oh, yes, the stilts classes.
Stilt walking.
Yeah, stilt walking.
Yeah.
Which I've talked about before, and I think people think it's sort of wacky and it's odd, and they're like, you teach stilt walking? But it's part of our programming at Campfire Project, and Orlando Pabatoy, who is a professor at Juilliard, created the program, and when we teach the stilt walking, I get a little choked up when I talk, because, we put these kids up, mostly teenagers, and it literally changes their perspective. So they're higher and off the ground. And it's just, once you find your center of gravity, they have 3 teachers focused on them. And once they learn to actually walk on the stilts by themselves, the elation that you see on their faces is quite moving. And it's like they can do something that they couldn't do 10 minutes ago. So it's not just wacky, it's very important in terms of changing perspective, gaining confidence, just seeing possibility. So it's something that we feel is really important to the program.
Oh, yay. Oh, that's fantastic. Stilt walking, I'm putting it on the list.
Stilt walking, I would do in public.
Stilt walking, I would do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
And I can
everyone.
dance on stilts.
Can you dance on stilts?
Yeah, a little bit.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
Maura Tierney is going to be dancing on
Yes.
stilts. Now, we need another break. You can see Maura in Law & Order on Thursdays on NBC and streaming anytime on Peacock.